everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Hope you all are having a great day so far. The end of year is here and this is the time where we look back at the year and see which are the best in makeup and beauty that we have tried. I'm starting off this series with foundations that I've tried this year, and in this video I'm going to rank all the foundations that I tried in the year 2024. So if you guys are interested, please continue watching. Okay, so let's get started. There were a lot of new foundation launches this year and I could try barely a few out of them. I still have a wish list of foundations which I would try which were launched this year. For example, the Patrick Ta foundation, which I really wanted to try but I haven't been able to try yet. So I will make a separate video on all the products which were launched this year and I haven't yet tried and I want to try them. But in today's video, I'm going to show you the foundations which I tried, not necessarily launched in this year, but I tried in this year and we are going to rank them. So I tried just 9 foundations this year. There are 12 months and I have just tried 9. I think I will divide this video into 3 parts. First part will be foundations which didn't really work out for me and I don't really want to rank them anywhere. Second part would be old favorites, old foundations which are my favorites, and I've tried some new shades this year, so there's no point ranking them because they are just old favorites. And the third part is going to be the foundations, the new foundations which I have tried this year, and I believe I have just some amazing picks this year, so we're going to rank those as well. Before I show you the foundations which I really loved this year, let me show you the foundations which didn't really work for me. The first one is this one from Too Faced, the Born This Way foundation. This is actually a very good formula and I'm sure someone with oily skin or a combo oily skin will really like this, but since I have dry skin, it didn't really work out for me. I like the formula and I think it will be a better suited foundation for summer, but I just didn't like how it sits on my skin. The shade which I got is absolutely wrong. It's not the correct shade match, and the guide which they have on their website also, I think it doesn't really give the shade match accurately. I have got the shade Warm Beige and I think I should have got Honey. So the shade doesn't match, so I couldn't really test out that foundation that well. And even with this shade and whatever I could test, I could feel that this foundation is a little bit too heavy for me. It's not that lightweight as some of the other foundations which I'm going to show you in today's video. It's a very high coverage foundation. It's very similar to the Born This Way, the hydrating version, which I absolutely love, but this one is a more matte or a natural matte foundation. I do like natural matte, but it is just a little bit too matte for my liking. So I think this will be a great foundation for someone with oily skin. For my dry skin, it just didn't work. I like foundations which look more natural. This one doesn't look that natural. In fact, I have tried to make this foundation work and I've done a video on this as well. You can check it out. I will leave it in the description box where you can see how I have applied this foundation and how it works out for me. Just the texture, the consistency, everything is just not right for my skin type. So this was kind of a disappointment this year. The Too Faced Born This Way soft matte foundation, this was launched this year. So I was hoping it will work out for me because this is one of the newer launches, but it's not something I would recommend for dry skin. If you're looking for a foundation like this, which is a more high coverage, heavy coverage foundation, and you have dry skin, go for the hydrating one. That's much better. Another foundation which was launched this year but didn't really work out for me is the ABH Serum Boosted Skin Tint. I've got the shade 11. I have a full video where I've showed you how this foundation looks on me. The first thing is that the shade is pretty off. It's the undertone of the shade. It's just something, it just doesn't sit well on my skin. I can make it work, but for a formula like this which is not that high coverage, usually these kind of formulas you can make it work, but somehow the undertone of this one is such that it looks a little off on me. This is a serum boosted skin tint, so it has a lot of skincare ingredients. So if I have to use it, I will just look at it as like a skincare ingredient and probably use it up. I'll use it as a CC cream or a BB cream and I'll use it up, but I don't know if I will recommend this one. And I have the shade 11 as already mentioned, and I'm not sure if I go higher up the shade range I will get a perfect match or not, because the shade range is not that vast, so it's a little bit difficult to get your perfect shade match in this. This is how the foundation looks like. The packaging is really nice. I like the convenience factor of it. There are a lot of pros in this foundation stick, so I will probably use it up, but I will not be comfortable recommending this, especially because it's a skin tint. There is not a ton of coverage. You will hardly barely get any sort of coverage with this, so it feels like, you know, it's a waste of effort if you are not getting any coverage. It blends out pretty fine on the skin, but after a point it starts to look a little bit greasy. If you have applied powder even on your face, after a point it just doesn't, you know, look great. I have some amazing skin tints in this kind of a stick form which I just love, and compared to them I just don't see a value in this one. For example, the Huda Beauty one, or the Fenty Beauty one, or even the Hourglass one, they are just amazing. They give a little bit more coverage as well. This one doesn't have that kind of a coverage, but the packaging and all is just A plus. Of course, it feels very luxe. It's ABH, and I'm sure there are people who are out there who don't want too much coverage and they just want a light layer of something on the skin, and you just apply some powder, you're good to go. For those kind of people, it's absolutely amazing. If you're looking for something very light coverage, if you're looking for something which has skincare benefits, probably it is good for you. But again, you know, you'll have to find your perfect shade in this. The shade range is not huge. So this skin tint which launched this year, I had really high hopes from this. Probably that's why I'm a little bit more disappointed, because it's ABH. I generally like a lot of products from ABH, and I had high hopes from this product, like the Fenty Beauty stick foundation or the Huda Beauty stick foundation, which are my absolute favorites for everyday. This just didn't, you know, cut it for me. So this was a bit of a disappointment this year. I'm excited to share with you the 5 foundations which I'm going to rank in today's video. They all are amazing. I'm going to show each and every one of them on my face as well. So stay tuned. Before I rank the foundations which I tried this year, I want to mention 2 foundations which I've tried this year, but I'm not putting them in the ranking order because these are essentially something which I've already tried before and I already love. But I just tried some new shades. The first foundation is the MAC Studio Fix foundation, which I tried another shade of this year. So this is a reformulated MAC Studio Fix. I'm usually the shade NC44 in MAC Studio Fix. It matches me really well. But lately I have started to like more neutral foundations on my skin tone. I have a lot of foundations which have a little bit more neutral leaning towards warm foundation, and I think they work out the best for me. So I wanted to try a foundation in the MAC Studio Fix as well, which was a more neutral undertone. So NW35 is a more neutral, like a tawny beige with neutral undertone foundation. So I thought, let's try a new shade in a MAC Studio Fix. But the shade of this one is pretty good. It works out for me, but somehow I find that, okay, I will go back to my NC44. I think NC44 matches me better. In fact, I have done a video on comparing these 2 foundations side by side as well, NW35 and NC44. So if you want to see how the 2 foundations compare to each other, then you can check out that video. For now, I'm pretty happy with NC44. It's a tad bit dark sometimes, but it's okay. I can make it work. I love these MAC Studio Fix foundation. It's an oldie but a goodie. I took a lot of time to finally try this foundation, and now that I have tried it since a few years now, I really like it. It's a natural finish, very soft matte natural finish kind of foundation, very comfortable, lightweight. It has a very good medium buildable coverage. In fact, in the newer formula, it has a lot of skincare ingredients as well. If I'm not wrong, they have 87% skincare ingredients. There is SPF in it, SPF 15. It's pretty long wearing, very comfortable for long hours. And in the newer formulation, they have added the pump as well. Earlier in the older packaging, they didn't have the pump, so that's a very good thing that they have the pump. I'm hoping in a few months I will also try the NC44 in the newer formulation, and then probably I will make another video if there is any change in, you know, the shade. But for now, I'm pretty happy with the Max Studio Fix foundation in NC44. And the other foundation which I tried this year is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. In fact, I have just got it for the Black Friday sale. This is something which I had purchased. I love this stick foundation so much. It is one of my favorite stick foundations. The shade which I have right now is Amber or Natural Amber, one of them. I used to have two shades. I don't know where I have misplaced my other shade. So I have got the shade Warm Honey now, and it's a beautiful match for me. I will show you this one. It's a brand new foundation stick, and it's just a beautiful match, and I just love this foundation stick. It's a very travel friendly packaging. In fact, when all the other brands didn't have these foundation sticks, before the Huda Beauty, Fenty Beauty, and some other foundation sticks which I've tried, this was my OG foundation stick. I love the coverage it gives. It's a very nice buildable coverage, and you can build it up to a very high coverage formulation. I of course wear it as a very natural finish foundation. It looks natural, it gives a nice coverage, it's very lightweight, and it just blends like liquid foundation. It's very creamy emollient, and I just love this. So this is something which I have already made videos on. I think I have 2 videos on stick foundations. I will try to leave both those videos down in the description box, but I'm going to make a video on this new one as well, because I think I have not tried out Warm Honey on camera yet. The older videos, I think they have a different shade. I will try out this particular shade on camera and I will show you. So since these two are like old favorites, I'm not ranking them in today's video. Just so you know, I tried them this year and I still love them. Now let's go rank and see a demo on the new foundations which I tried this year. Starting off with number 5, this spot goes to the Tint foundation, the viral sensation. This is a cushion foundation. I have 3 shades of this foundation and I have a full review video on all the 3 shades. This is the mini foundation which I'm showing you in today's video. It's a little bit difficult to open the mini packaging. The bigger packaging is much easier to open. Here I'm applying the shade 33N. There is a medium buildable coverage, a pretty high coverage foundation. It looks flawless, is very long wearing, and it gives a ton of coverage, and it looks very natural on the skin. The red one has a slight bit of a dewy finish as well. It's a natural matte finish with a dewy look, you can say that. And I just love how it looks the entire day. Here is the foundation on one side of the face. The top plus point of this foundation is that it is super long wearing, and throughout the entire wear, it feels very lightweight and it feels very comfortable and natural. So definitely this is a foundation to try if you can find a shade match. This is the foundation on the entire face, and then this is the full face of makeup. So number 5, we have the Tint Red Cushion Foundation. Number 4 is the Tint foundation again. This is the glowy version which I tried this year. As I said, the bigger packaging is much more easier to open. Here I'm applying the shade 31N. This foundation is also as beautiful as the red version. I prefer this version more because this has a medium coverage and it's not as high coverage as the red one, and it has a more glowy finish. I love the flawless look of this foundation, and I think light setting with this powder makes this foundation look so beautiful. It's a very natural finish foundation. I think for my dry skin, I like this one better. And as the red one, this is also pretty long wearing. Here is the foundation on one side of the face. Both the Tint foundations, if you want to try, definitely give them a try. Both the foundations do oxidize slightly, so they settle down to a more closer finish to my skin tone. This is how the foundation looks on its own, and here is after the full face of makeup. So on number 4, we have the Tint glowy version. On number 3, we have another amazing foundation which I tried this year. This is the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Foundation. This is another beautiful medium buildable coverage foundation. It gives a natural skin-like glowy finish. I have the shade 340 medium cool here, which has a slight warmer undertone than the other foundations which I showed you, but it still matches me pretty well. I like the undertone of this foundation. This has a weightless feel. It doesn't feel like you're wearing anything. It gives a beautiful coverage which is buildable. It also has skincare benefit. It has fermented arnica in it, which helps to reduce redness and helps to even out skin tone and protect from environmental stress. So this foundation is suitable for anyone who has acne prone skin. This has a beautiful finish, very long wearing. It looks beautiful throughout the wear. Here is the foundation on one side of the face. This is an amazing formulation in foundation, very lightweight, doesn't feel like anything. And here is the foundation on its own on the entire face. And here is a full face of makeup. Haus Labs Triclone foundation. Next we have a drugstore foundation. This is such a great launch this year. This is the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin foundation. I have two shades, 42 tan neutral and 32 medium neutral. Both the shades are not really a perfect match, but if I mix and match both the shades, they work out amazingly well. So here I am showing you how I mix both the shades and get my correct match. 42 tan neutral is a tad bit dark and 32 medium neutral is a tad bit light. I use 32 medium neutral as a highlighting foundation and I use 42 tan neutral all around the face, and I think it works beautifully. This foundation also has a beautiful finish. It has a satin finish. It's very lightweight. It has a medium buildable coverage as well, and it's a natural finish foundation. It almost looks like a luxury foundation, but it's just $8, which is amazing. It's infused with some hibiscus complex, so it has some skincare benefits as well. The skin just looks beautiful with this foundation, especially if you have dry skin. I will definitely recommend this. This foundation doesn't claim to be waterproof, but it repels water quite well. This is how the foundation looks like on its own, and here is the full face of makeup. And again, this is also a very long wearing foundation, looks good throughout the wear. So number 2 we have the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin foundation. And number 1 for today, the foundation which I tried this year, the best one, is the Laura Mercier Real Flawless Weightless foundation. This is truly a weightless foundation. It is so lightweight, it doesn't feel like you're wearing anything. It blends so easily. It's a very lightweight formula as well. It has a very natural glowy coverage. It's long wearing as well, and here you can see it's such a good shade match for me. I have the shade 4N2T, and I think this is just a perfect match for me. I don't really have to do anything with this foundation, just a little bit of the foundation and some highlighting concealer, and I am done. It's perfect for my skin tone. This is how the foundation looks on one side of the face. It blends seamlessly, you can see here, and it just makes the skin look so beautiful. It's waterproof, nothing happens to it, it doesn't budge, and throughout the wear it will continue to look beautiful. It will give you a slight glowy complexion, which I appreciate. I have dry skin. I love foundations which have a slight bit of a glow to it, but it's not too glowy. I think if you have combo skin also, you may try this foundation out, but for dry skin this is an amazing formulation. This is how a full face of makeup looks like. So I loved it. This is truly hands down the best foundation which I've tried this year, the Laura Mercier Real Flawless foundation. Okay guys, so those are all the new foundations I tried this year. I would love to know from you which are the new foundations you tried this year, which one was your favorite, something which didn't really work out for you. I think that will help a lot of people in the comment section as well, so do let me know. I hope you liked this video and it was helpful. If you did, then please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're watching me for the first time, I really hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel, and a lot more new videos are coming on the makeup which we have tried in the year 2024, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.